Guys, Darkness Explorer here, and yes, again another death battle prediction, and it's Wonder Woman versus She-Ra, or She-Ra, one of the I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, and you know it's two badass female characters in fiction, so I don't really see that much of a comparison, but you know, yeah, and I don't really have any emotional, not emotional, but more, I don't have like any ties about this battle. It's like this is not a one that I really wanted to see, but you know, whatever. Uh, but this one is interesting because these characters do scale to, do scale to certain to characters to some extent, to the point where I think they would be pretty powerful. They're pretty powerful, and like She-Ra is relative to probably if I'm pretty sure comparable to He-Man, which is that's something, and Wonder Woman is somewhat not comparable, but more like somewhat relative to Superman himself. And this is not like full power Superman, which would fucking obliterate Wonder Woman, I think, in my opinion. But this is like suppressed Superman, who's automatically already powerful as it is. And okay, right now I think Wonder Woman is overall faster. More of the fact that she has like a feat that of her blocking trillions of trillions, or I can't remember. I remember she was blocking pieces of armor shards from from different ends of the universe, basically. And that was she blocked a crap ton of them, and with every single one of them going to the person, and she was blocking every single one. And though that feat has been roughly calculated to actually be massively faster than light, plus speeds with being at the bare minimum being at the low end being 50 million, oh no, not 50 million, but 50 over 50 quintillion times the speed of light. Also, there's also some calcs putting up over 300, being like some of the high end stuff. So yeah, she's extremely fast, and I couldn't find any good speed feats for She-Ra, or more of the Master of the Universe's characters, because they don't have that much of speed feats that could really compare to Wonder Woman and other DC powerhouses, basically. And other than that, power output, this is a very contentious, since He-Man could be scaled to has been scaled to be if I remember correctly, like Universal, because he did some crazy feat that at the current moment I'm blanking on the name, but it's still quite impressive, to the point where it's like, all right, cool. And it's like, okay, cool, She-Ra was possibly a universal threat, but Wonder Woman is actually very relative to suppressed Superman, and suppressed Superman has some batshit insane fucking feats that put him into low multiversal, if you want, to maybe even higher, and Wonder Woman being somewhat comparable to him should at least put her at the universal range. And this is post crisis, by the way, because she's able to take punches from suppressed Superman, but granted, he was holding back in those attacks, he wasn't using not his full potential, but more of using more energy, more attack power than needed, or more power than it was really needed for him to beat Wonder Woman. So yeah, you could easily put these characters to universal, with also scaling to other powerful characters in the verse, and people bring up the fact that, He-Man fought Superman, and shouldn't that mean that, and She-Ra is as strong as He-Man, and Superman is shown to be stronger than Wonder Woman? Shouldn't that mean He-Man wins? Or no, not He-Man, but She-Ra wins? Well, not necessarily, because I'm pretty sure that Superman was from Injustice. And Injustice Superman compared to Post-Crisis, holy crap, there is a power difference, a significant power difference compared to the Injustice Superman to Post-Crisis, because Post-Crisis is just more powerful. And I think that would be more of if you really think about it, it's like more of an anti-feat, since it proves that, it only proves that She-Ra, at her full capacity, is able to take on a Superman who's much weaker than the one that Wonder Woman fights. So you could think of it that way, but I don't really know any good She-Ra feats or scaling feats for Master of the Universe that well. So take what I'm taking with. I want to say that Wonder Woman possibly wins, but you could take it with a grain of salt over the fact that the fights could be rough, and it's because Masters of the Universe could have like a fucking a complex multiversal fucking feat, like multiple feats of that, and I just have not yet found it. But other than that, I'm going off the basis of what knowledge I've known, and some of the calcs I'm probably gonna put in the description. The quintillion, Wonder Woman being quintillion times faster than the speed of light, and the power of Post-Crisis Superman. By the way, the power of it is actually from a video from another YouTuber who named Webcam Parrot. He's actually really good at power scaling DC characters. So the link of that video of the power of suppressed Superman is gonna be in the description. You go watch that. It's actually it's a matchup we've seen, Spawn versus Superman, but whatever. It doesn't really matter at the current moment. And yeah, that's my prediction. It's pretty rushed at the current moment because I really need to work on some things, because certain topics are getting pretty interesting, and I'm gonna upload some really good, hopefully good videos in the future, and hopefully you guys will enjoy. And other than that, just enjoy your guys' lives. And